light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for the couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students.
Honestly, I have no idea what that word means. Deciduous? I've never heard it before.
Deciduous means that the leaves fall off the trees.
Alright, good. See? We're good for your vocabulary.
Yes.
Ish.
Ish.
Because I'm guaranteeing I'm going to use all kinds of profanity. I would help. Your vocabulary will expand. Maybe not in the best way, but...
It'll expand. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing any cold. Can you stop?
Battery's getting off.
Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure she said 4 p.m. Ah yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking.
I just imagine there's a note with one word that he can't read, and he's like, ah, I can't read it. Ah, it's the worst.
As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan in the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative.
Isn't this set in an Asian country? So wouldn't it normally be shoebox? Sorry.
As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens.
Would love to imagine the note says something like, "Return my fucking shoes." Right? Like right to the fucking point. Like,
the snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world.
Hot.
The slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. I am my own poor boss. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind.
Boy, you gonna get raped?
Yep.
Raped tonight. Huzzah! You came in me last night, you ass.
A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly.
That's dainty? Fucking hell.
I feel my heart skip a beat.
Bullshit.
And 5 more.
Actually, it might. All things considered.
It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation.
Clearly, Hizao is a stalker. He's been following her everywhere. And by her, I mean...
Is it to her?
I don't know. Probably.
I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race.
That'd be terrifying, considering what he said about the voice earlier. That being, like, kind of soft and tender. If that was a big, burly man, oh god.
Iwanako? I got the note telling me to wait here. It was yours?
Yeah, now return my shoes.
Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic.
Just a little. Yes? I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. Now, give me my fucking shoes back, God.
A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried.
Including his heart.
Stop.
Your heart's a muscle. Oh, see? Told you.
My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out my chest and claim the girl for itself.
It's trying to steal your girl. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. That fucking song? Yes.
So, here we are, out in the cold.
Yeah, and I don't have my shoes on.
Dot,
Where are they?
dot. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears.
I would not have done any better.
Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind.
Because I don't have my fucking shoes! God! Damn!
As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger.
Well, I realize I have blonde hair, but fuck off.
And B, it's long, not blonde and short.
Yeah, well, read.
All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder.
Gay! I'm sorry. Wait, no, I'm not.
My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried.
And yet you're eating corn dogs.
Yes.
You see? I wanted to know. Where the fuck are my shoes? If you'd go out with me and tell me where my shoes are.
I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I wanted to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point.
Zal? Zal?
I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms.
Zal! I'm sorry.
My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror.
Don't most people close their eyes when they're scared? Oh fuck! We're gonna die! Zal!
The beating of my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees.
Bitch.
The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all of these fade to black.
To get her fucking shoes back.
The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help.
He is a stalker! I knew it!
For help and the insistent clatter of branches above.
I was right though. Oh no! Grease! Makes so difficult. I am the doctor, yeah?
Yep.
The doctor!
And I'm the father.
Oh yeah.
And the son.
And I'm like all the female characters. I'm okay with it. I'll deal. I swear. Oh yeah, you're stuck as Kenji.
Bleep. Bleep. Bleep.
Would it not suck exceptionally or excessively if this was framed all wrong? And by framed wrong, I mean the frames are super choppy in the recording. I have that issue all the time. It sucks. It's actually why I don't record most of my games. And that's why the other week when we did try a recording sesh, that's why I was doing all the tests. Stick it in your mouth. Deeper. Lick my meat. Fucking love corn dogs. They open up a whole new world of jokes. Well, not really new, but yeah, you slide it off that stick. Actually, not really slide. I do that more than you do. Corn dogs. Fucking hell, man.
It's been 4 months since my heart attack.
And she did not get her shoes back.
In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. So I've had plenty of time to come up to terms with my situation. Sorry.
Solution.
Yes.
I'm okay with it.
Arrhythmia.
Hey, you said it right. Good job.
A strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life.
Or not.
It really didn't do anything to cheer me up.
He was kind of a bitch in the beginning.
My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece.
All things considered, I don't blame him, though. That'd be pretty depressing. Go ahead.
I already had a full day by then to digest everything. Shut up.
No, you didn't. You're still digesting.
Shut up. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure.
One that doesn't exist.
Of course, there isn't a cure.
Sorry.
Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt like if I was missed.
It felt as if I was missed.
For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after.
The restraining orders are still there, though.
Of course, yeah. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Fucking sucked.
That's true, though.
Maybe some people were genuinely concerned.
Genuinely?
Yes.
Genuinely.
Whatever, genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even at the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwaniko was the last to stop visiting.
The parents stopped visiting before her.
After 6... That's sad.
That'd be fucked.
After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway.
It proves she really did like you. Ish.
We didn't touch the subject that was between us on the snowy day ever again.
She didn't want a weak man. He didn't want to be weaker than his woman. Which I could actually somewhat
The
understand.
hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in.
Oh, really?
The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless.
It's just because you're not a drug addict. If you were, you'd love this place.
I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them. But it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Deal.
For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but he told me to wait and see if the treatments and surgery worked.
Love like this guy, the cardiologist, to be like, "You're fucked. I don't know what to tell you, man. You're bound. I don't know. There's nothing else."
So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries have left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen.
Like, just imagine the head cardiologist is like, "Fucking hell. We've tried everything. We've smacked him with fish too. Nothing's worked."
I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope.
The only choice we have left at this point is to give him a shot of whiskey and tell him, "Well, good luck."
At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did.
Fuck. No!
Or maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books.
Kitty books.
I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I went back for more.
He ate books.
Yes.
There was an anime about that. A girl eating books as nutrients.
Interesting.
It was actually pretty okay. Well, it was more the stories, not the books.
I found that I liked reading, and I think I became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hand.
This dude would kind of explode emotionally and physically if he walked into an actual library.
But I loved the stories. That was my life. That's what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass that I was trapped inside, instead of moving within.
The weather outside is frightful.
I'm gonna smack you with the mouse.
I'd rather you didn't.
A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was.
I'm sorry, read that one more time.
Sometimes I paused in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance that I'd set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. I couldn't even cry.
Aw, tear ducts. You need those.
Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very.
Well, I am.
It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down at the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment.
No. Hello, sir. How are you today? Is your ass feeling better?
I don't answer him, but I smile back.
I'll take that as a yes. Oh, I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. He will fuck your day up. It's like a cocktail of drugs.
The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly.
He's seeing that cocktail of drugs and thinking, fuck, that's gotta be expensive. So many.
That's me.
I realize.
So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this?
What can I say? I got excited. I wanted to read. That's all you've been doing. You jerk!
You offered it to me, so...
I know.
The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane.
Actually, this is very sane.
Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision.
They're doctors.
I tried to read them, but it's so futile.
Aw, he's being depressed again.
I can't understand any of it. Attempting only makes me feel sicker. All this? For the rest of my life? Every day?
Just so you know, we have a temporary cure for depression called happy pills.
I thought you were gonna say
Antidepressants, whatever.
Sorry.
Well, that's what Iwanako is for, but she gave up on you. Maybe it's because of your tiny pecker. The nurses have been telling everybody. I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years.
Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all.
I could have told you what the head cardiologist told you.
That is the hard question.
That you boned! No, this is just the head doctor.
Oh.
Oh, sir, I've spoken with the parents and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. Your heart will fucking explode.
What? Please, calm down, Sal. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I gonna be homeschooled? Whatever of my concern shows, it's ignored.
Fuck. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. No, like seriously, like Superman supervision. Fucking look through walls. Find your Lois Lane. Find him, Hisao. Or him, her. My bad.
Find him, Hisao.
At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. Because remember, if you're from Krypton, medicines might not work the same. So spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students like...
Disabled? What? Am I...
I clearly just said that. It is a 24-hour nursing staff and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus, except for the ones that are a little bit nutty. Like nougaty.
Nougaty?
Edible.
Edible.
Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Like a... What are those, like, the super strong people for, like, psychiatric wards? They're essentially guards.
Security?
Kind of, but they actually have a
I know, but I don't
name.
know their name.
All I know is one is going to be riding your ass.
Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise the fact.
I'm hearing pissy.
If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff. And you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point.
Additionally, I'm not sure his gender is proper. You know why? Good lord, it's like it's on the time of his month. Like, even women would be irritated with him. God.
Of course, that's only if you want to go. But
Bullshit. You're going one way or another.
But your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it.
Yeah, white walls, white ceiling, white floor, white men. Colored women?
It looks like I really don't have a choice.
Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. Right?
This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity.
You know, honestly, I would recommend working on the potato farm to provide our Irish brethren with more food.
Just click.
Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one...
A special school. That's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way.
I just remember the joke.
It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another.
Yeah, some of the students quite honestly do get around. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability.
Okay, my question is, why is there a guy from the United Kingdom in Japan?
You said United Kingdom. It's like Irishy mixed with Scottish.
United Kingdom is Scotland, Irish, and
fuck you too,
Britain.
bitch. More importantly, one of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. Graduate!
Graduate?
Graduate!
I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by... A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is.
Yeah, well, be a man.
I really hate that something
Woman.
so important is decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I always thought my life was actually kind of boring. But now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway. But no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different.
Different.
There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult.
Difficult.
But let me try.
Let me try.
A clean slate isn't a bad thing.
Clean slate.
I'm gonna slap you.
Again?
Yes, again. This is all I can think of. This is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school or something. It's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself into thinking that. I can't speak right now. At the very
Greased. I'm sorry.
At the very least,
Greased.
I'll try to see what my new life looks like.
Rifewood, Weir, Rook, Reich.
Rookreich?
Rook, Reich!
What am I right for Rookreich?
Nom, 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 nom. He actually just took a bite.
Act 1. Life expectancy.
So that's why they can't fix it. The fucker took a bite out of his heart.
Nom 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 nom.
This is what happens in surgery.
FYI, 45 minutes in. That's probably
Yeah, okay.
The gate looked far too pompous for what it was.
That's still a really weird description.
In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so.
Especially.
Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all.
I would love to imagine what gay plaster would look like. Would it just be like
Gay
a little bit
plaster
brighter?
Or gray plaster?
Gray. God damn it. Gay. You know, kind of like a happier color than just kind of.
Gray.
Yeah.
I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace and felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good.
You immediately knew what I was thinking of, right? That's horrible. I'm a bad person. I'm not okay with it. Fuck.
So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone as my parents are taking myself to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. Make me shudder.
Honestly, when I think of parks, I don't think clean and hygiene.
Hygienic.
Yeah, I generally think, where's the dog shit and let me avoid it.
I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. So is him. That's what I tell myself. Not the second part, but a few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school.
Bullshit! There's never too many!
Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like home.
Does he really have a right to talk shit about whether the school feels like a school or not? Because honestly, he was in a hospital for a very long period of time.
I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of the school for the disabled.
I want him to say something fucked up to one of the people by
Fuck
accident.
you, cripple. I mean, hi!
Perfect.
Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie.
Eevee.
Eerie.
Eevee.
Eerie.
Pokemans. Come on, Pokemans. Eevee.
It makes me wish there was someone here so I can anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling I stepped into another dimension.
You didn't step, I pushed you in.
The trees hum with the wind and the grass hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. Now that they said the operating rooms are painted green because green is calm in color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? ...
Ellipsis dots! Roar! It's Godzilla off in the background.
Only after I stand in front of the haunting main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me.
Oh, by the way, it was Haughty. Just in case.
Haughty.
Yeah.
Main building. It was the last chance I had to turn back. Even if I had no life I could return to.
Aw, he's being a bitch again. I thought he got better.
But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way. There was absolutely no way I could go back anymore.
I thought as a doctor I fixed that. God damn it.
Feeling nervous with all this realization set in my mind, I opened the door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical.
Roger. Oh, okay. No. You.
You must be Niki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto.
Buddha!
Welcome.
Welcome! Oh, please make him German. Or Russian or something.
We exchanged a handshake, but this is neither firm nor sloppy.
That is neither firm nor sloppy. It's because you said something different.
Neither?
Yeah. Except you didn't say that is neither.
That is neither firm nor sloppy. And he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh. Should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what it is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class?